lastly, we had talked about this story, I think it was yesterday on the Better Half, but it really got your goat, and very well should, was this story coming out of, I think it was Ohio.
Yes, it is.
Why don't you tell the stories? This is your hometown, your home state.
Well, this nice young lady goes out of town. Let's get her name right. I want to make sure.
Katie Barnett.
Okay, thank you. Katie Barnett, who's from Vinton County. She's out of town. She comes back and finds that basically all of her stuff is missing. And it turns out the First National Bank of Wellston had arrived at her place, broke in, took all of her belongings, including her house, because they had the wrong person whose house they were supposed to repossess. But to me, the best part of it, what these assholes did, is they sold off her stuff worth about $18,000. And now, and to me, this is just a metaphor for our times, is that they've refused to give her back money, and she said that when she's called, these people have basically been sarcastic with her and laughed at her about it. I mean, these evil, evil, evil people who have basically, who've just destroyed this, at least not destroyed her life, but stolen. I mean,
Right.
If I did what they did, I would be in prison right now, and rightfully so. Somehow they're not giving her anything back. And I don't get how, under the laws I was brought up to believe in, they don't have to do that.
Now, someone suggested to me yesterday that there was no meus rensa, I guess, which is a criminal intent. But and it may be the case that they accidentally broke into the house, fine. But the police chief is refusing to investigate, has considered the case closed, but she still doesn't have her stuff back.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there may meus rensa. Okay, so but we're not trying to. In the end, if they weren't doing it on purpose, it wasn't a criminal act. Then fine, we won't charge them criminally. Give her freaking stuff back. It's not yours.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, if I don't know, if somebody's sitting somewhere and I put and I happen to pick up their gold watch by mistake because I think it's mine. In the end, I maybe didn't have a criminal mind. It still does actually belong to them, and I still should give it back when I know that I incorrectly took it. They now know.
Hold
that
on,
they did
breaking
something.
Story: Cliff Schechter has a gold watch.
I don't have a gold watch, so don't fall for that. I don't even have a watch at all.
There you go.
The kids chew on it.
Yeah, it's a
not worth
stunning
it.
story, but it really is the metaphor for our times, isn't it? I mean,
Well, isn't it like, what corporations can get away with versus individuals? I just tie it into what we've looked at what's going on with Detroit, and I know you probably have a great conversation with a good friend of mine coming up, my old advisor, coming up next week, who wrote a great book on Detroit, how we can find billions and billions and trillions for banks, but we can't find $18 billion for Detroit.
Right.
I mean, so to me, the Ohio thing speaks to that and everything else, where our priorities are, what kind of sort of people we've become, which is just sort of whistling past the graveyard. These guys are laughing at her, and they're being sarcastic with her when she's calling because they stole her stuff.
I hope that there's just a huge sort of media outcry against this, and that bank just ends up becoming a pariah.
Well, there's a petition one of our friends sent out on Twitter, and I retweeted it, from our friend Suspended Account, which I like the name of that account. I retweeted it a little while ago, and it's at daily cost, and I will retweet it again. But you should go there and sign this, because it's a petition to sort of say you'd better prosecute and get this woman's stuff back.
All right. Well, we'll post it on majority.fm.